Welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, March the 3rd, 2018. It is Season 12, Episode 8. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
I'm Sarah.
And Matt will be joining us eventually. He is not here yet. He will be in shortly. That's why we got a whole thing set up for him over there, but it'll be a bit before he gets in. Let me adjust my headphones for a second. Hold on. That's better. Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. 334-272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at ingamechat. You can also find us on Facebook there as well. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. You can just go to ingamechat.net. You just go there, and you'll find everything that you need to get in touch with us in any kind of way that you want to. We are live right now. You'll find a link to this thing. We are streaming on Twitch. The video feed and the audio streaming there as well, but you can go to twitch.tv, type in-game chat, and then you'll be able to find us. And you can watch us live while we broadcast. You can also join in the chat room with everybody who is in there and chat it up with them if you'd like as well. As always, before the beginning of each show, or at least a little bit ways into the beginning of each show, I have to do the clapboard so that my audio will sync up with everything when I do my editing. So bear with me for just a moment as I make the clapboard thing clap. A couple of times. Anyway, that's all. Won't have to worry about that again. RJ, could you take that, please? Thank you very much. Welcome to the show, everybody. Sarah, thanks for making the trip.
Absolutely.
As always. We appreciate it. And how was the drive down? Not too bad?
No, my drive was fine. It looked like there was a huge traffic jam going the other direction.
Hopefully that'll be cleared up by the time you have to make that trip back. And we haven't actually heard from Matt. He's just said he'd be there before, or he'd be sometime after the show, but we haven't actually heard or gotten an update from him as to... Normally he lets us know that, on the way or something like that. I haven't gotten anything from him for this one. So anyway, hopefully he will join us. But in the meantime, we'll make do without him. What has everybody played? We'll start with Sarah.
I have not played a lot. Battlefront 2 has gotten to the point where it is not fun for me anymore.
Yeah, you're going to sound like me.
Yeah, so I've put that aside. I just downloaded a trial for like galactic deep space mining something. I don't know, space dwarf mining game.
Space dwarf
mining game. So we'll see how that is.
That needs a... Did you download a beta or a demo or what?
It's a demo.
Okay.
So
I didn't hear of any new space dwarf mining game going into beta.
Yeah, it came out on Thursday, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know. Dwarves in space. I'm intrigued.
It's called Space Dwarf Mining Game?
It's like galactic deep space mining. I'm trying to look back.
Please. Now, if it was like Space Mining Game, I'd have been whatever, but it's like Space Dwarf Mining Game. Are you mining dwarf stars, or is it dwarfs that mine?
No, you are dwarves that are mining. So...
Science Fact Today brought to you by...
I search
Deep Rock Galactic.
That's what AC Ray found.
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
Yes.
if you put up Space Dwarf Mining Game and search in Google, the first thing that pops up is Deep Rock Galactic.
See, I'm not the only one coming up with this description.
You're good.
Interesting. I'm watching the trailer on it right now on Steam.
So I have not had a chance to play it yet.
It's got very positive reviews. That's 831 reviews. The aggregate for that is saying very positive.
This is a 9 out of 10 right now from the
Yeah.
rating here. Over 744
Let's see.
reviews that gives that,
Developer is Ghost Ship Games. Looks like this is the first thing they've done, or at least the first thing they've done is on Steam. Coffee Stain Publishing is the publisher. Oh, they're the people behind Goat Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's just publishing, so I can't really say that makes it one way or the other. Because if you're just the publisher, that doesn't mean you made the game.
Right.
But they got a lot of stuff to do with Goat Simulator that they put out there. Sanctum is another one that they've published. But yeah, so yeah, Deep Rock Galactic is the name of it. And like I said, it's got a lot of good reviews on it that I'm seeing so far. It is in early access, so you're going to be spending about $25 to play it. That's a little pricey for me at the moment, at least on a first-time game. That again, the reviews, great. This is fantastic. Great fun. Some will complain of a lack of content at launch. I much prefer this type of early access that is not broken and always optimized. Great game. Have had many exciting runs for Extraction. Looking forward to see this game progress and have more added to it. Been having a blast with friends and solo. Nothing in gaming compares to finding a dark cave, throwing a flare, and realizing that you're surrounded, only to be picked off because you wandered too far from your squad. My short pros and cons for a really fun game. Fun, good performance, all epic on a 1440p gives good frame rates and visuals, and dwarves. My con is I feel this price is a tad too high.
Well, I've got a free trial on Xbox One at the moment.
Oh, nice. So. Okay. Very, very nice. Good. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. So it's, interesting. So it's on Xbox One.
Yes.
I don't see any exclusive on this. I'm curious if it's also on PS4. But it probably wouldn't be... That's interesting. It's on... Oh, no. I see. Early access and game preview, Steam, Xbox, and Windows. Okay. Now that I'm seeing it. All right, then. There you go. Anything else?
Other than that, I've been doing a lot of old school tabletop RPG.
What have you played?
I have played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, of course.
And then like a White Wolf style, Buffy-esque kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been getting back into that after a very long hiatus.
Yeah. I'd like to get into some of that, too. Timing is an issue.
Yes. But that's where I was last week, which is why I could not come fill in Matt's seat.
Oh, see? And, yeah. Like, I can't go do that. I got to do a show. I have to do a show. I can't go do that.
My normal group is on Sunday, but...
What if I did a whole show? What if we did a whole show? 2 hours and covered the basics of D&D.
I think that would
like
be
we
fun.
had somebody in here to be the dungeon master, but also someone here to explain what is happening.
Yep.
Because I would not know the first thing about doing this. Have you ever done Dungeons and Dragons?
Always heard of it, never played it.
Would you be down for like just going through an episode where we get kind of educated on it and figure out how it all works?
I'll give it a shot.
You're all excited.
I am.
It just hit me. It just hit me of like, well, why don't I do a show where, and I might even talk with the folks downstairs and see if there's a way that we could go commercial free for those 2 hours. Yeah. Just because I wouldn't want to break away from it. I would want to stick with it so that everybody has their questions. And of course, you'd have to understand that you're all on the radio, so you can't say things that you normally probably would say in that situation.
Yeah.
So that might be something that we do.
I have enough dice for everybody.
Just to experience it, just to kind of go through and see how that works. Okay, now the phone lines are now on fire for this.
Everybody's excited about D&D.
Let me go to the phones blind here, because Matt did give us a message. He is on his way.
Okay.
Hi, you're on In-Game Chat. Who's this?
It's Don.
Hey, Don. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I actually wasn't calling about D&D, as much fun as I had as a teenager with it.
That's okay. I've never actually played it myself, and I'm already 40, so...
What I was calling about was I had seen on Facebook where there was like a Comic-Con style event happening in Montgomery.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, well, I was just wondering, I pretty much keep it on 93.1 for everything, so I figured, I bugged the other guys during the week, I'll bug you for this information.
Go ahead.
When is it?
March 17th. It's a Saturday. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, and I actually bought the tickets online.
Yeah,
but haven't received anything.
That I don't know. I mean, we're not behind this whole thing. But
right. I was just wondering if y'all had a number or something y'all could put out to someone involved in the event.
Any of you guys looking into that real quick? See if you can look up. It's River Region Comic Con, and it's going on at the multiplex at Crampton Ball in March 17th.
Yeah.
See if you can find it.
I will say that a lot of times at cons like that, you just go to a will call and pick it up by your last name.
Oh,
but
okay. And,
it's always good
honestly,
to check.
This will be my first event, and I really got it for my daughter.
Okay. Well, I know you've already bought your tickets, but beginning Friday, we're going to start giving away tickets on not our show, but you know what I'm saying, the morning show. On the morning show that I do here, Monday through Friday with Greg and Emily and Rich. We'll be giving away tickets on that show starting Friday, and then going in through the week of the week following, all the way leading up to the River Region Comic Con. We're going to do that on a couple of stations around here as well. So,
all right.
Well, that is great. But thanks for the information. And
did you get some? Hang on, just a second.
I am on their website. In the FAQs, if I buy my tickets online, will they be mailed to me? No. To redeem your pre-purchase tickets, there will be a booth at the entrance. Please bring your receipt as proof of purchase. So you just need to print out, I assume they sent you like an emailed receipt or something.
Right.
So that's all you need. You can pick them up at the door.
Do they need to print it out, or can they just show them the email?
Yeah, you can show it on the
just show them the email
something.
with your phone or whatever. So,
thanks. That's great. I do appreciate it.
No problem, man. Glad to help.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. And let's go to this caller. Hey, you're on In-Game Chat. Who's this?
I'm excited if you can.
Hey, Crawdad.
That's. I tell you what, little hairs on the back of my neck. There's something you need to look at. GURPS, GURPS. Most of the role-playing systems prior to GURPS from the 70s, they were kind of restricted. GURPS came out in I don't know, late 80 somewhere.
Oh, okay. I'm looking up what GURPS is, and I know what it is now, the Generic Universal Role-Playing System.
Yeah, the thing about GURPS was it wasn't restricting you to a particular environment like, the fantasy or the Star Wars type stuff or the Secret Agent type stuff or Old West. It was very generic, so it allowed you to role-play any environment using the same core rules, which was really cool. So it's good. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there because that was a lot of fun.
Well, I have no idea how we're going to do this. We'll have to find somebody to find somebody with patience enough to explain these to at least two people who have no idea how to do this. And I think
I really wish I was more flexible. I would love to help.
Oh man. Well, again, I'm sure do you watch the show online? Do you watch us when we do this, the broadcast?
No, I listen to you guys every weekend, though.
Well, if you've got a computer, you can go to twitch.tv and type in game chat. You can actually watch us. You can watch, we've got cameras set up in here where we stream it over the air. You can actually watch us do the show. And, of course, that'll be an interesting thing to set up in here when we do that so people can watch us.
Oh, that'd be great.
Do this whole thing. So,
hey, Sarah.
Hey.
Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Matt's not here yet. He's on the way, though.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I looked into GURPS because several authors that I really liked had GURPS modules based on their books.
Yeah, again,
so that was kind of cool.
This is just going to be Steve Jackson designed it, of course. Mm-hmm. He owns everything. That
He
deals
does,
with games.
and is a very nice man who once bought a piece of my jewelry.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, well, that's a thing that might come to pass. I don't know. Do you know if Matt knows? Does Matt know how to do D&D?
To do D&D? I'm pretty sure he's played the Star Wars RPG. I don't know if he's done
Right.
like classic D&D.
I'm sure he's done that. So I'm sure he'll still have a leg up over me and RJ here. And we may have to get more. So it'd be the five of us, or it'd be the five of us counting a dungeon master.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
That would be fine?
A group of four is totally reasonable.
Okay. But I've only got 4 cameras, so we'll have to share a camera with somebody. But we'll do it like we did with the 500th episode.
Yeah.
Where 2 of you share a camera and a microphone or something like that. So
Yeah, the DM will need to be off on their own because they usually don't want you to be able to see what they're doing.
Oh, okay. But I got to have a mic.
Yeah, but like if we could swing more over there and then the rest of us kind of...
Okay, gotcha. That looks like a dungeon master's chair, honestly. It's the high back and everything else. The chair we're speaking of is the one, if you're watching, is the one that Matt is not in. It was replaced. There used to be a chair way over there behind RJ used to be there, but we've replaced it now with this.
Looks like an executive's chair.
Well, it actually was the chair. With the owner got a new chair downstairs, and so that's his old chair. That's where I sit every morning, so I moved it there. They actually wanted to put it in the room that I spend most of my time in downstairs, and you know that room that I'm in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That room is small enough as it is, but you put that chair in there,
Yeah.
and it becomes even smaller.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine that,
I was like,
yeah.
I can't do that. So let's find a place. So I moved it up here, and I thought, let's give it a week, see how it feels. So anyway, the story behind the chair, whatever that is. So yeah, that's a thing we might do. And I keep saying might, but I think we're closer to actually doing it than not doing it. It's just going to need to. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to set up. I don't know any dungeon masters.
I will see what I can find.
See
I
who
don't
you
know
can
any in
find.
Montgomery, so that might be the problem.
Well, I
But
mean,
if I have to kidnap somebody and bring them, not that I'm preemptively confessing to a felony. On
now I'm part
the
of
radio.
I'm part of a group on Facebook that the old GT South that used to advertise here. They've got a group there, and I know they do D&D nights.
Yeah.
So I might reach out to them and say, "Can I borrow one of your people to come on the radio and do a 2-hour?" 2 hours is not enough to do a game, though, is it?
It would be enough to do like the first adventure in a module or something.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but it would give you a taste.
Well, the thing that I love about this show is that it covers gaming in all aspects, with the exception of like sports. But, you know, when I watch people talk about sports and watch sports and things like that, some people will look at that as a I don't know. Some people in our community at gaming and things like that don't necessarily have the best of things to say to people who are on the jock side of things and that sort of thing. And I don't look at it that way because I look at what they're doing as having the same passion that I do at what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I watch the fighting tournaments, video game fighting tournaments, just like I would if I'm watching a sports game or something like that, is that sort of thing. So, I mean, I like the fact that we can cover all aspects of this kind of gaming. And we do it electronically. We do it in any kind of way, tabletop, that sort of thing. And to do an entire show based around D&D, just one episode to do it. And maybe we make it an annual thing or a semi-annual thing or something where here was adventure number 1. And then we carry the story each
Well, you know, they do that at
quarter.
PAX.
Yeah, they do with Acquisitions Inc.
Yep.
Yeah. So that story, so every story that ends at PAX West doesn't pick up again until PAX West again? Or does it PAX every PAX?
I think they actually have like a podcast or something that runs in between.
Okay.
But it's not always the same folks. So it's the same group. But I do think they have some stuff in between.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the phones real quick again. And, hey, you're on In-Game Chat. Who's this?
Hey, this is Joshua. It's been a while since I've called in. Been a little busy.
Oh, what's been going on?
You know, the usual, having to get the yard trimmed because, surprise, grass is growing again, and it's
Yeah, right.
wet for March.
Yep.
But heard you guys need a dungeon master.
Are you one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yeah, I run, let's see, I'm part of a Tuesday game, we have a Monday game, and a Saturday game. But Saturday game is sort of late in the evening. Now, how far into the future are we looking here?
Well, I have no idea. This idea just came to me on the air. So,
Well, I mean, you can run anything from 4 to 8 people. I've done everything in between. I think, what am I going on, 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, this is my wife, Erin.
Hello.
hi.
How you doing?
She plays at the tables and sometimes torments me by running the Monday game.
Okay.
But, yeah, anywhere between 4 to 8 people. I mean, even less, really. We could get everything set up a little early. It's really
No. I get. Trust me, a little early. I get here at about 1 p.m. And set up just so everything is all set up, and in case I run into any issues, I can fix it and have enough hours to make sure it gets fixed. But I get here pretty early in the afternoon, so I would have no problem doing that and getting set up. I want to wait until Matt gets here, and I want to talk to him about what his schedule may be, because I would like it to be the 4 of us, myself, Sarah, RJ, and Matt as well. Again, you'd have to understand that myself and RJ never touch the stuff. Like it's cocaine or something. We've never touched the stuff.
It can be about as expensive.
Yeah.
I won't call it. I'll put it this way: I can't afford a drug addiction. I have D&D.
Yeah,
'Cause I have
exactly.
D&D, yeah.
Like, how many dice do you need? All
Okay.
of them.
Matt is actually here now. He's downstairs at the rear entrance here. But no, I tell you what. Can you hit me up on Facebook or something? Can you reach out to me?
Facebook. I think I got your Steam too, but I'll try Facebook.
Hit me up anywhere that you can, and then that way I'll have a connection to you, and then we can start talking back and forth and set up a time that's not only good for you, but also good for us to do this. And again, let me stress: do you have the patience to deal with 2 people who have no idea how to play?
Well, before my the car broke down, I actually started that GT sales group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was originally my idea, and then we had some emergencies and we weren't able to keep going. But, yeah, we still play.
Okay.
When we can. So yeah, I've got the experience to handle newer people.
Okay, good.
No problem.
Because you will need that experience, sir. And in buckets. Patience basically is what I'm asking for. But yeah, we'll set that up. I'll also have to get with people downstairs and behind the scenes on this thing to make sure to see if we can actually schedule it around a time when we can do it like completely commercial free, and do a full 2-hour block of D&D.
Alrighty then.
So yeah, reach out to me and we will set that up and make that happen. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
All right, there you go. We got stuff. Okay. Awesome. This is great.
Yay.
One mention, and all of a sudden the plans just start flowing out already.
Yeah.
Go figure.
People who like D&D are like that.
The more I thought about it, the more I was like, why haven't we done this? Why don't we do this? This is, we cover games and everything else, so it should be a thing that we do. So why not? I'm excited. I'm excited for that because I've never done it before, and I think it'd be great. I don't know if an on-air learning, I don't know what it's going to be like for listeners.
I might regret asking this, but how big is the manual for Dungeons and Dragons?
It's like 300 pages, but you really only need like 4 out of every 50 because you'll pick a race and a class, so you can ignore all the others that aren't you. Mm-hmm. And then there are pages for attacks and spells and things like that. So you really only have to look up what's specifically relevant to your character.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. When we come back, Matt will be here with us, and I think we'll be good on the D&D thing, but we'll kind of go through what everybody else has already played. Whoever's on the phone right now, just hang tight. We'll come right to you right after the break. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat. Remember, last week we did music, and I said there's a running theme with the music and that sort of thing. Did it again this time. So I will tell you the names of the tracks and things like that, but there is a theme that runs with all the music that we play on today's episode, and you might be able to figure it out after the first song. You might be able to figure it out after the first 2, but we'll tell you at the end of the episode what the running theme was, unless somebody guesses it outright. Anyway, here is the first track. It is from World of Warcraft. It is called Ruins, and we will be right back after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. I'm Scott, along with Matt now, who has joined us. Also Sarah and RJ.
And I'm Matt.
Yep. A little late on there. But
Better late than never.
what's the Pokemon name?
Pikachu?
No. I thought it was like Slowpoke or something. I don't know what he is.
There's a Snorlax.
Yeah, maybe it's
Snorlax.
Snorlax.
The big one that doesn't move?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it is Snorlax.
I thought there was just always one that was like late or slow.
Sounds like Snorlax.
Yeah, maybe that's who it is. Anyway, that music is from Rampage World Tour. It's just called Track 3, because this is going back to when they didn't have any tracks for
Yeah.
their songs during that time. So
Nate says Slowpoke is
I got it right. I knew some. Well, I didn't know anything about it, and I took a guess, and I won. Yeah. Good job. What was it? Yeah, only to the creator group can add. People got me have to make a squad himself. No, I won't make a squad for the Monster Hunter. We'll keep it like that, and we'll just get everybody in when we can.
So, catching up, like I said, yes, I played D&D back in the day. I've played a couple different role-playing games.
Let me go to the phone real quick and take Chris, because Chris is always on hold, and I was taking calls back to back right then, and I didn't have you weren't here to answer, but
D&D does that.
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't here to answer, and so I went to the break, and then I answered. It was Chris, and I was like, oh man, I hate putting him on hold because he holds enough as it is. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey,
not much. Trying to figure out some possibly a new thing to do for the show. So we'll see.
If y'all do have a green light on that, and that does get approved, would you mind having me as a player to jump in possibly? I've never played D&D at all, but I mean, heck, if y'all wouldn't mind, I think it would be fun too.
Well, it's excuse me. It's going to be tough enough as it is with how many cameras we've got, and then also how many microphones we've got. But also, we'll already have two people who do not know how to play, and I think we'll probably just do this as ourselves for the first time.
Yeah.
Just to go through it and see how it goes.
There'll be a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah, because we'll only have 2 hours maybe to do this. Depends on if I can get them to swing it downstairs and switch that. I'd like to do it commercially. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to, but I would like to do it.
I think it would be better because it would break the flow.
Yeah, I would like to do it that way. So, yeah, hold off on that idea just yet. Again, if this becomes a thing we'd really like to do and make it a regular thing, then yeah, we might throw in a new player from time to time and see how that goes. But let's get one of them out of the way first, just to see if the idea even works.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, just to see if it works first, because I don't know if and obviously stuff like this does work, but does it work on the radio? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I just want to see how this is gonna shape up. So
it worked for 2 episodes of Community.
budget.
But there's a TV show, big budget, and then time. They didn't have time constraints and that sort of thing. They had weeks to make a show, and it was taped, and it's also TV.
I know.
And so yeah, we're just gonna do that first, and then figure it out from there. So,
Especially if each of the players and you can add a little funny flair to it and then add some comedy to it, that'd probably make it even more interesting as well.
Well, I mean, we hope to make it interesting in general, and just the stupidity of myself playing it should be comedy enough. But we'll see how it goes, man. I really don't know. I generally want to do this, and I want it to work, and I want to become familiar with the aspect of it and know it, and also know it enough to where, yeah, it does become like, hey, it's the first quarter D&D session on in-game chat, and then second quarter, and then third, and like do it 4 times a year maybe, or if it's not that great, just do it once and never touch it again. I don't know, but yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. So,
okay.
But we'll need your feedback on that. We'll need you guys to listen to it and feedback on that and tell us, did you like that? Did it go over well? Sometimes we know these things work, and then sometimes we're not sure at all if they worked or not, and we don't know unless we hear from you if you guys liked it or not. So we'll need to know what you guys think of it as well. So what else has been going on with you? Anything new?
Well, down the road sometime, if y'all had a spare day where I could come in, whenever you have time, I've got some extra rare goodies to show you if that could be a possibility.
It's amazing enough that we did a show all about our collectibles, and it's gotten to the point now that we could do another show all about all our new collectibles, because I picked up a lot of new things as well over the span of time that we've done that. A fantastic looking Last Guardian statue and Horizon Zero Dawn statue, and what else? I'm getting a God of War statue coming in. Yeah, there's some really, really nice collectibles out there that I've picked up in that time. So we might look into doing that down the line as well.
Yeah, I got one of those Japanese Nintendo systems, or what they call a Famicom.
Yeah.
In the original box, has everything in there, instructional booklet and all that. And if RJ remembers the first 4 Dragon Warrior games that were on Nintendo that came over to America, I got the Japanese versions of all 4 of those completed in the box as well. So
did you do
I got
Dragon
me a
Warrior?
few games.
RJ, did you ever do Dragon Warrior?
No, I never did Dragon Warrior. I saw I think I did the Lunar series. I picked up some imports of that a while
I had
back.
Silver Star Story Complete and Eternal Blue.
The one with the cloth map, all that good stuff, yeah. Sakura Wars as well. I picked up import as well. I remember those that I picked up a while back too. Yeah.
Well, all right. Excuse me. All right, Chris. See, this is not going to be a good show, D&D, if I can't speak. Isn't there a lot of speaking to be done in D&D? Isn't there a lot of explanations and descriptions?
Most of that's on the DM side, so
Okay.
you could absolutely roll a character that doesn't talk a lot.
I'll be the mute. Yeah. No, we'll figure it all out. But, Chris, thanks so much for calling, man.
All right, y'all. See y'all later. Y'all have a good afternoon.
Take care. Okay, Matt. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, sorry I was a little bit late.
And you have experience with D&D,
I
obviously.
do.
Okay.
I have played D&D.
And so you're down for this idea as well, then?
I'd like it, yeah.
Okay. We'll worry about logistics and stuff once we get everything. I'll talk to you. We'll get everybody's schedule straight, because I want to make sure everybody can join us that weekend that it happens, and not even something like this. Because if you've got something where you're going to show up a segment in, I want to make sure you're here for the entire thing.
I think I had a valid excuse.
No, you did. I'm not saying no. I wasn't giving you
Yeah,
anything about your excuse for being late. That's fine. I just want to make it so that it's one of those days when you're not, so that we're all here and we can do this full run on this thing and see how it goes. So,
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see if we can make that happen and see how that goes. The DM will probably have your seat.
That's fine.
While we scoot you over, and you and Sarah will probably share a mic, or Sarah and RJ will share a mic. Well, you get that mic. We'll figure it all out.
We'll figure.
We'll figure it all out and get the logistics done. So, we talked about what Sarah had played. Matt, you weren't here last week. What have you played?
New Elusive Target came out in Hitman.
Okay.
The broker, and he was in the Paris level, I believe. or I think he was. Anyways, yeah. So
the elusive target and Hitman.
Yeah, elusive target and Hitman. Beat him, which is good. Always they're always a challenge. Always a little bit.
And if
more.
you don't beat him, that's it. You lose that chance.
You fail.
Yeah.
Even if you you take him out, if you die, which has happened to me a couple times, more than I'd want.
I know exactly. I know I've asked you this before, but can you reset the mission before?
Nope.
Oh, you got to
wait. You can reset before any of the objectives are accomplished. So if the objectives are take out this target or steal this item.
Yeah.
Before you do any of that, you can reset. So if you mess up and you start to take fire, if you could, reset before you die, then you could reset it.
Okay.
But the instant you complete any objective, then you're locked in.
So are you spending most of the time setting everything up for those objectives for the most part, then get ready to start?
Try to, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then hope everything goes according to plan.
And you can't save when you get everything set.
There's no
save.
There's no save
There's
at all.
No saving. Okay. So yeah. All right.
So once you start it, there's no save.
Mm-hmm.
If the power cuts out, then it's just done. So you got to, that's what makes it really interesting.
Even if no objection has been completed, there is no.
I don't think you could restart it. Once you start it, it says you're done.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what makes them really, really intense.
Oh no, yeah, because you've got to get it done.
And so I've been doing a lot of the Hitman. They've also had the escalation missions I've been working on. Doing some more of those.
How old were those clips that Jeremy showed us from your sessions with Ghost Recon Wildlands?
He did those that night.
So they were So you recently played Ghost Recon Wildlands?
Yeah, that was from that night.
Boy, he highlighted a lot of stuff. That's great.
Those were taken out of context. I would like to say.
They were funny. Let me see if I can go. I can go find them and throw them in there.
They do not shine me in the best light.
Matt, what did you do?
But it's so. You didn't see
I did
this?
me.
You didn't see this in the Google chat, whatever it was.
I didn't see the
one night. Jeremy started throwing up.
He started throwing up clips of me just playing Ghost Recon with Kevin.
Okay, first and foremost, did you shoot your own teammates?
No, I don't think you did.
I didn't shoot him. I did run him over with a helicopter.
There was that. Yeah, I'm posting these in the chat room right now, so everybody can see these
with a helicopter.
Yeah, I ran Kevin over with a helicopter.
How is that possible? Because you're in the air.
I was landing
and they're on the ground.
No, I was landing the helicopter, and he was running towards it, and I just kind of squished him.
So how was that out of context then?
Because it makes me look bad.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a context for that.
They're fun. I mean,
you looking bad is always in context.
You know what?
That's horrible.
All right, so yeah.
For running somebody over with a helicopter, no, but in context, it made sense.
I have to say that because Kevin streams that, and I think we host it and everything, if I'm not mistaken.
You do.
So yeah, we try and play. We'll play nighttime. 9:00 ish. Central. Time frame. And this is a lot of what we do. Just us, just goofing around, being terrible, doing missions. But having a lot of fun. It is a fun game. There's silliness to be had. Sometimes, yes, he'll throw a landmine down on my feet and just watch me blow up and just laugh and res me back, and we'll there's a lot of blaming each other, so to speak, when missions go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man, that was you. You didn't let me know before you take that shot. Now they're alerted and we're all getting blown up here. So it's a lot of fun. We have a good time with that game. A lot of.
Have you played anything else?
Did a little bit of I streamed a little of that
Yakuza game.
Yakuza
yeah.
Kiwami.
Mm-hmm.
An hour of it, and I'm still just in the beginning. It feels like.
I think that's how those games work. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to.
A lot of video.
There's a lot of things on the side that'll take you away from the main mission. Then you get back eventually.
In a way, it reminds me a little bit of Kojima-esque, where watching a lot of video, and just since it is I guess the it's the remake of 1, so it's setting the story, it's setting up the world. So I kind of
like Yakuza 0 for that one. I mean, that was the prequel, which I get to start. But that was. I think they're remaking all the stuff. So we got 0, we got Kiwami, then we got
6 is coming out soon.
Coming out. So 2
which
through
I
5,
am interested in.
2 through 5. I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So really, I beat New Order. New Colossus. Wolfenstein New Colossus.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And promptly took it off my hard drive.
I totally forgot what you were talking about. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I didn't even bother to go through with the, once you beat the game, you could do the Enigma missions where, it's like, target. Yeah. I didn't even bother with that. I'm just uninstall.
Did you have the same problem I had when I got to the end?
I was tired of it?
No. Did you know that you just did the last boss battle? Were you aware? I mean,
was it apparent that was the final boss?
That was the final boss in the game?
I don't think it was.
Yeah. That was the issue. That was the issue I had.
You're like, that's it?
I got to this part and I'm like, wait a minute.
It's done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
Uninstall. So, I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed New Order.
I have not. I mean, I have.
And I know Wolfenstein's not
great. I feel glad that I only paid about $25 for it when it released, and I have no.
Same here.
I don't even have the desire to download, what do they call them? Not trainers, but I don't even have the desire to go into God mode and play this thing. Even without the worry of dying, that's when a game can be bad, when you don't even feel like cheating your way through it. It's that's how bad it is.
And I know Wolfenstein isn't known for its grounded in realityism, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But even by their standards, this one went off the rails. It was weird, with some, I was just like, really? That's where they're going with? All right, fine. So, I'm glad I played through it. I can count it finished. I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Save room for a Far Cry 5.
Yeah, I lost out on my Mondo thing for that. It looks.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll look that up while I'm doing it. Anything else? Was that it?
That was it.
Because we haven't talked to RJ to find out what he has been playing.
For the most part, I've been playing Street Fighter V. I'm still getting matchup knowledge, so I've been playing a lot of casual games with folks. Still using the character Nash all this time. I haven't switched characters since I've started playing this game 2 years ago. I've always played with Nash and stuck with him all this time. I'm finding characters that I'm having trouble dealing with. One in particular is Laura. There's some things I just can't deal with her, so I need to get some matchup knowledge with her. So I had maybe one or two matches. I was just blown away in the first match, and I managed to eke out a win the second time I fought. But for the most part, I've been doing that, watching videos of other people playing, seeing all the professionals online. That's a good thing about Capcom Fighters Network. You can have the player videos of all the top tier professionals. You can see all their videos of their matches. You can see how to deal with things, how to handle things. Don't see a lot of Nash players on there. I'm starting to find some high level Nash players on there, so I've been putting all those in my queue and looking to see how they deal with stuff. Other than that, I've barely touched Monster Hunter World. I maybe logged in to get a bonus here and there, but I've been focusing more on Street Fighter 5 more than anything else. I mean, I've seen those. I did see the extra battle costumes they offer. They offered the Monster Hunter outfits for. There's one for Ibuki, and I see one for Ken, and I think they've had one for Chun-Li. Maybe no, that was Star Gladiator. That game for Chun-Li. But yeah, I've seen those in the extra battles and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing this week.
Yeah, I have not played anything myself really, other than I did give a go with Pony Island.
What'd you think of that?
That was interesting. I knew I knew going into it that it had more to do.
Yeah.
You don't just gift me a game called Pony Island and expect it to be exactly what it was.
No.
I understand that there is something more behind it. So yeah, it was interesting, and I played through until I deleted the core or whatever it was, and then it opened up with it's got a bunch of users to pick from, guest or a couple of the other people that you've interacted with to pick the users to do that. And then I stopped right there because I knew going further down that rabbit hole was going to take some time, and so I wanted to wait and put some more time into it.
Yeah.
But just kind of going through and figuring out what it was requiring me to learn and to do was fun, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Multile gifted it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that.
Same here.
I have not played the game I talked about last week that was gifted to me either. Monte Crypto, which is a puzzle game where the first person to finish it, solve it all, will receive 1 Bitcoin from the developers.
So I guess you just can't go on YouTube and look up solutions.
You probably could, but by that time, I'm sure somebody else has already finished it before you.
Yeah.
If that's the case. It got a lot of negative reviews just because you have 1 hour to solve it. It's a massive maze with some puzzles scattered here and there, and if the timer runs out, it resets you back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. The map is no good in the game itself. So I mean, they did a lot to make it very difficult for you to finish it.
When there's something you mentioned like a jumping puzzle, it's like a invisible platform.
Somebody said there was an invisible platforming puzzle, but you can't see the platforms to jump on. Yeah.
So you could be
that was one of the
air.
descriptions in the review of the game itself. So we'll see. I'm checking out eBay right now, and I cannot find. There's plenty of the Mondo editions for Far Cry 5, but there we go. PC, but it's from the United Kingdom. God, that is a lot of money. Dang it.
That's the idea, man.
It is, but if I pre-ordered when this thing first went on, I would have only been paying $100 instead of the $150 that they want.
Yeah. That's how it works, man.
Yeah, I know. Don't make me do it, you stupid collector.
What reminds me of what happened with Night Trap. The collector's edition, when that came out, you missed the boat on that, and then that I think they had bots ordering it or something like that, and all these people got the multiple copies of the same game, and later on you saw them on eBay for twice as much as they were when you could have got it.
Yeah,
that's the same thing. Happens all the time.
Does a lot. Man, I don't want to do this. All right. Well, I'm not going to look at that anymore. We've only got about 4 minutes left. Let's go to the phones and talk to Spigot Brock, who is on the phones with us. And I hope you understand that we got about 4 minutes left in the hour. So can you?
That's okay because I didn't have very much time to talk anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Brock.
I wanted a hard limit.
All right then. Hard limit set. What's on your mind today? Thanks for calling, by the way.
Oh, no problem. Not a problem. No, I think your idea of doing the D&D is an awesome thing as well. So
want to come down and join us for it?
If you want to pay my way, I'd be happy to join.
Yeah.
Where's all that sweet Patreon money, Scott?
Oh, well, I don't know. He's in Canada. So
we get like Greyhound from Canada, right?
Greyhound from Canada? Good
there
Lord.
You go. I'll take the bus. I'll take the train.
That's a good road trip.
It's not. It wouldn't be the first Canadian we've had on the show, by the way,
I know,
who has traveled from
back in the day.
Canada
Yes.
to here.
That's a new country.
We had Squish, I believe was his name.
Didn't Track Zero come down at one point, too?
No, Track Zero's never been on the show. He's probably called in. He's never actually been on the show, but Squish was a guy who came down. He was on COG, I think, for a while. Mm-hmm. I know I used to have some Burnout Paradise sessions with him and a bunch of others from Colony of Gamers, but he came down and did the show with us, brought something that at the time we didn't have, but now we can actually get pretty easily.
Poutine?
No, it wasn't poutine. It was ketchup-flavored potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys have them there now, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, he was on the show with us, and as far as like in person in studio, I think that's the only Canadian we've ever had before. So, and you are more than welcome, man, to come down anytime you want.
I will make a pilgrimage at some point.
I don't know why you would.
All right,
yes.
So you're for the D&D idea, huh?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Woo!
Even before, I would love to play some of these. I would love to play some board games on. I don't know that board games would translate as well on the air, but they probably would. You get a camera that shows they do this. Amazingly enough, I didn't know how they streamed pinball games, but I figured it out because I watched a stream of a pinball game. They have about 5 cameras or 4 cameras set up. One is set up on a boom that shoots straight down on top of the table. Another one is focused on the score. And then another one is sitting like on top of the machine,
like
pointing at the player, so that you can watch him actually play the machine. But then you can also see the table and you see the score, and they've got it all lined up in their thing, so you can see the score and see the ball and see everything else. So
I'm sure none of that would work for radio.
Radio would be tricky, I think.
Well, radio is going to be tricky anyway, but again, that's theater of the mind, man.
Yeah.
And really,
that's why D&D works so well.
Yeah, that's what D&D is theater of the mind.
But there's a lot of good tabletop games that often involve that. Even
like Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, a lot of that, the
Sounds
descriptions on them and that sort of thing will take. I mean, even when you're playing Magic, that's more descriptive thing than it is more of a visual thing. I mean, I understand where the cards come from and everything else, but the cards when you're reading off what the cards do and the effect that they have, you're describing what's happening.
You can look on Twitch and see all these. Dungeons and Dragons got their own channel on Twitch. I mean, there's got to be some commentary, some base we can go on to look at. And
I would really recommend listening to the first few episodes of Adventure Zone because they all mostly started fresh on there, and it's really funny, and it's just a nice introduction to the game itself, and can give you guys some pointers as that's kind of how it works.
Okay.
So, yeah. Listen about the first 3-4 episodes. They have a little arc to start with. I listen to that to get going.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. And by board games, I'm not talking about Monopoly or something like that.
Oh no. Well, Betrayal. I think the Betrayal at House on the Hill.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. That's exactly
really
the game that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Especially if the cameras are pointed to, if we've got cameras that are also pointed to the players, so that one player who becomes the person can kind of give a wink or a nod to the audience, and that that's the person who is the crazy person or whatever. I know that there's an element of that in that game, I believe. It's been forever since I played it, but where one person sort of gets selected as you're the betrayer.
Yeah.
And so you've got to make sure they don't know about it. But yes, so
there's another game called Flashpoint. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, and it's basically it's a firefighter simulator as a board game.
Pandemic I played.
Yeah.
Pandemic would be hard to do over the radio, I think.
I think probably. I don't know, but I'm thinking of Pandemic, but I played that.
Yeah, Flashpoint, though, it would be probably kind of fun, too, because it's basically, it's things go out of control really fast in that game, and I think just listening to everybody panicking on the radio would be fun. So,
if this D&D thing goes well, we'll start doing themed episodes where we do D&D, and then we do board. It's our board game episode. For this one, we're picking this, and then we'll go through it and see how this goes. I'm excited about expanding the boundaries of what we do in the show.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So, what else? Anything else going on with you?
Not too much. Just busy playing Subnautica and.
I used some music from that show not too long ago because I saw you playing it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It is lovely.
I'm probably around the midway point of it. I've kind of got my nice big sub.
Is it just underwater exploration or
mostly? But I mean, there's a neat little storyline going through it, and it's fun to kind of gradually sort of build your base and build.
What are you playing it on?
PC.
Okay, because I got a Steam card. So
I've heard the Xbox One version seems to have a bit more bugs, so it seems a little rougher in that regard. A lot of people I know that have it on that seem to be running into bugs more often.
I would agree with that.
Than I've run into. So and I haven't been playing as much Monster Hunter this past week or so, but I've been playing a lot more Assassin's Creed Orange. I keep saying Oranges.
Assassin's Creed Oranges.
Someone make that a thing.
The Citrus Wars.
Yep.
I loved that game.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried the historic mode or whatever that is?
I haven't tried it yet.
I haven't yet, but I've heard good things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really want to try that, but I've got it. Just haven't tried it because I'm at Memphis now, so I'm still
I've platinum that game.
Yeah, it's lovely. So it's getting its hooks back into me. So I'm kind of bouncing between that, Monster Hunter, and Subnautica right now.
Yeah, it turns out you're the only guy that can add people to our squad. So
yeah, no, I figured that out. I looked at that. Only the leader can.
So listen, if you want to join our squad, you need to send a message to Spigot on PlayStation.
Well, Spigot's on.
Spigot
S-A-N at the end.
Spigot
someone else has Spigot, so if you send it to Spigot, someone else will get it.
Yeah, Spigot Son, S-A-N is at the end of that. Send a message to him on PS4.
I'll add you.
Let him know that you're on, or let him give you a time of when to sign on so he can get you into the squad. That's kind of horrible that they can't let multiple people invite to the squad.
I was really hoping I could get you and a couple other people maybe to be able to.
Yeah, because the more you have it, maybe not we're all on all the time, but at least one of us could possibly be on to jump over and here, let me get you in. So.
A leader and a couple of admins would have been nice.
Or that you can't just send an invite to somebody and let them accept it at their own.
Yeah, you have to be on at the same time. Yeah, it's. I still think it's more streamlined than the other versions have been, which is the sad thing. But
yeah, well, for a lot of people, it's their first version.
Yeah.
So
myself included.
Me and RJ, exactly. So
exactly.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, man. Your time is up now.
No problem.
But feel free to call back anytime, man. Love talking to you.
Can do, man.
All right,
Talk to you later, everybody.
Take care now.
Bye.
And that is going to wrap it up for this segment as well. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we will have more of In-Game Chat, more with these guys talking about, I don't know, what we got in the news here. Well, we got new stuff for PlayStation Plus, the new games for March. We'll talk about those. Got some news on PlayStation Plus as well. We also
We're not going to get in March.
Well, no, March of 2019.
Okay, is that when they're doing it?
That's when it starts, yeah. Let's see. We'll plenty of more. Oh, yeah, there's a big one in there, too. We'll talk about it coming up here in just a minute. Here is music from, it's the intro song from, and we're going way back on this one. Remember, we were going way back with Rampage. I think we're going even back further on this one. It's from Wing Commander.
Oh, gosh, yes.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. I'm Scott along with Sarah and Matt and RJ here with me as well. And that is music. It's called Argentina 2. Again, this is going back to when most tracks didn't really have very sufficient track names to them. This is from the game Blood Rain.
Was that the Lady Vampire one?
It was. Yeah. It was kind of like the
one they made that movie off of.
Oh, the one Uwe Boll movie?
What's the other Legacy of Kain? It was kind of like female Legacy of Kain type situation.
Yeah.
Was that Christina Loken they used?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It was. It was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It was Uwe Boll.
Anyway, welcome back to the show. We were going to talk about, let's just go over some of the stuff that happened throughout the week here. The Reed Pop organization acquired the Gamer Network, which was probably something that they were going to do anyway. Reed Pop is the organization that puts on the PAX shows.
And Star Wars Celebration.
And New York Comic Con.
Right. They've got a big hand into all these things.
That they do.
More than likely, the Gamer Network was bought because there is a... I don't know what it's called over there. I think it's the Eurogamer Expo or something like that. That is what that originally used to be. And I think that we'll see an announcement probably pretty soon that you now have a PAX UK, is what that'll turn into. More than likely. If it wasn't already that or considered to be already that by most people, then that's what it'll probably become. Is it'll just be another branch of the PAX arm, I guess you could say. They've already got Australia. They've got 3 shows they do here in the States, and now they'll have one in the UK, which is kind of surprising that they didn't already have a hold in the UK.
Yeah.
As far as like having one. It was interesting that they jumped to Australia for their first overseas type show. But that's because UK already had quite an abundance of gamer shows, and I think Australia probably had hardly any that I know of, really. So, yeah.
RTX Australia.
I have no idea.
Okay. Rooster Teeth. That's kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Kind of gamerish?
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, so it'll probably become a PAX thing. The ESRB has decided to notify on-game boxes themselves of in-game transactions.
Oh.
Loot boxes, basically.
Well, it's everything.
Is
Extra levels, any kind of loot box.
Oh.
Basically, if you can spend money from the game's menu,
Okay.
it will have
So, like, DLC?
Yeah, DLC. If you can buy it in game.
Season pass. All right.
But only if you can buy it in-game.
Yeah.
If it allow, which most games I
Most
think allow
games
you
allow
to do
you to
that.
do.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I mean, like Dragon Age Origins, there was a guy who showed up in your camp and was like, I have this exciting adventure. Click here to purchase. It wasn't quite that bad, but
Close enough.
yeah.
That'd be funny if it was.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Sarah does her homework. She reads the stuff.
I did. I read every single article you sent me.
Good God, woman.
I'm a teacher.
I was at work.
That's fantastic.
I am ready to talk about many things.
Way
need to
more
come
prepared than us.
You need to come to every show.
I know. I think we got outsourced, RJ.
That's nice.
Well, you know, that's fine. Chrono Trigger got a release on PC,
Oh, unfortunately.
and then it was crapped on.
Yeah, it was the textures were bad. It was a bad port of the mobile version.
It's honestly
Well-
probably the reason that we got a stealth release. Like there was no pre-hype to this thing, and nobody knew it was coming whatsoever.
It's just like boom, there it
No
was.
And then
ads,
there it
no
is.
nothing. There it is.
And people were excited. Then like, oh, it's that version.
Yeah, it was the mobile version actually.
The text was the fonts were bad. Just everything. And that's a shame because not that I have Chrono Trigger on so many different ways, from my on my Vita, on my 3DS. It's on the Virtual Console for Nintendo. Like all these different ways of playing it. Not that I needed one extra one, but I totally would have gotten it anyways. It's Chrono Trigger.
I know the title. Yeah, I know the title has a lot of reverence, a lot of fan following,
it's one
things
of the
like
best.
that. But it's a JRPG. I couldn't get into it.
I'm with you.
I really tried, but I can't do it. But yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna put it out, make it look good when you do. Especially a game of that stature.
Mm-hmm.
And what else do we have here? Super Data Report claims that worldwide digital spending across all platforms rose by 11% year on year to $8.9 billion in January of this year. And that was digital games, I believe. Isn't that what that digital spending? Yeah, that's digital games.
And console is up even more than that.
It is. They said this attributed to the successful launch of Monster Hunter World. But also, I think, what they say it was? Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Mm-hmm. They were very strong performers in that as well. The two leading Battle Royale games generated over $200 million in digital revenue across console and PC. Top grossing titles by category worldwide. On PC, it was League of Legends. On console, it was Call of Duty World War II. And on mobile, it was Honor of Kings, whatever. We'll just leave mobile off. Number 2 for PC was Dragon Fighter Online, or Dungeon Fighter Online. Number 3 was Crossfire. I've never heard of that.
No.
Fantasy Westward Journey Online 2 was number 4. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds comes in at number 5. Fortnite comes in at number 6. 7 is WoW. 8 was Counter-Strike. See, now it's getting into the, those easily you could understand. 9 was World of Tanks. 10 was Overwatch. On console, at number 2, it was Monster Hunter World. Number 3 was FIFA. 4 was Grand Theft Auto 5. Still hanging in there on console, man. That thing's been out for a good hot minute.
It's the online aspect of it.
It is, and
It
that
is.
keeps driving it. And they keep supporting it, too, which kudos to them for doing that.
Yeah.
Gives me hope for whatever they decide to do with Red Dead Redemption 2.
There's some funny
What was
stuff
that?
going on.
13 when that came out.
Well, on the newer consoles,
Yeah, okay,
when
on
you're
the
talking
newer
about
consoles, yeah.
when you're talking about PS4 and Xbox One, it would have been later, but still, that's been out for over a year at least, maybe even close to 2.
Yeah.
Fortnite at number 5, Dragon Ball Fighter Z at number 6, Destiny 2 at 7. This is the console again, keep that in mind. 8 and 9 were Madden and NBA, and then number 10 was Rainbow Six Siege on console. The only thing that I see on mobile that strikes any kind of a thing that looks remotely familiar are the last 3 games, 8, 9, and 10. 8 was Clash of Clans, 9 was Candy Crush, and 10 was Pokemon Go.
What was number 1 on consoles?
Call of Duty World War II.
Okay. No. Okay.
So, For the games that we're getting for PS Plus this month, for March, we are getting Bloodborne. So you'll get that for PS4. You'll also get Ratchet and Clank on PS4 as well. Cross-buy with Mighty Number 9 for PS3. And Claire Extended Cut on Vita and Bombing Busters on Vita as well. These will become available this coming Tuesday. In the U.S., subscribers are also getting the Dungeon Defenders PS Plus pack. This pack contains 4 shadow costumes, 1 million in gold, 5, I guess for Dungeon Defenders. I don't know. It'll be available March 13th through April 30th. The big news that we got out of this after they announced that was that they are now going to end the free games for PS3 and Vita. That begins March of next year. So we'll get another year of free PS3 and Vita games if you're a PS Plus subscriber. But beginning March 8th of 2019, it all stops. They're only going to focus on PS4 games. Anything you already own, like always, you'll be able to keep it as long as you're a subscriber. Those will still be in your library. You'll still be able to play them. But now they're only going to focus on PS4 games. So instead of getting 6 games a month for owners of a PS3, a Vita, and a PS4, we're only getting PS4 games. So 2 titles a month is what it'll drop down to. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Moltal, you missed a lot, buddy. Did I miss much? I'll catch up on YouTube. We watched Baby Driver was great.
I need to see Baby Driver.
Oh, he said he was overhyped for it. I'm so sorry, man. I loved Baby Driver. It's got a nice steelbook, too. Did I pick up a steelbook? I did. Oh, man, it's not gaming related at all. But the steelbook for Coco is beautiful.
Oh,
is that out yet?
It just came out this week, yeah. The steelbook for it is
see that.
Beautiful. It is the guitar, which I have not seen the movie, so I bought it blind, but it's the guitar, and the guitar has a ton of artwork on it.
It's Pixar and Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, I know. But yes. There's Motel getting excited now. We're going to try to play D&D on this show too. Yes. I'm so excited.
That was me.
No, that's me too. I'm very excited about it as well. What else do we have? Detroit Become Human got a release date.
And of terrible-looking box art.
It did get some bad box art. I don't really care. The game's got to live up to it. The box art, whatever. If there's a steelbook involved, maybe it'll be nice.
Are we talking original Mega Man level bad box art?
No. Original Mega Man was bad.
That's its own level.
That's your king. Okay. Unless you go with, I think it was Phalanx on the SNES.
Yeah, the old guy with the
just
banjo.
Old dude with a banjo sitting in a rocking chair tells me nothing about the game whatsoever.
I don't remember that one.
Google it.
I'll look it up for you.
Google up Phalanx for the SNES, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to go back to, and I don't necessarily know that that's horrible artwork. It feels more avant-garde. I
don't think it just. I think the thing about it was it just didn't tell you much of anything about what was going
anything.
on.
Nothing, dude. Like Mega Man gave you a better idea what was going on in the front of the box. It was just still horrible.
Sci-fi, weird looking. I mean, it looked nothing like the game, but
at least you got a sense. Phalanx?
Although
I have no idea.
I still think the old Atari games, the 2600, the box arts were fantastic.
But the games just
didn't live up to it.
You thought you were going to play that box art, and you were not going to play that box art.
And they have a really good coffee book about the box art of Atari.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah.
I have a really good puzzle that somebody gave me that has a couple of Atari games on it.
Yeah.
The front of it. She's busy looking at stuff right now. So.
I was trying to find the box art to drop in chat.
Oh, okay. No, Detroit Become Human has a release date. It will be out on May 25th. This is, of course, it's a PS4 exclusive.
There you go, Matt.
Yeah, there it is.
Thank you.
Let's look at that beautiful box. There it is. The hyperspeed shootout in space.
Careful when you say it.
Whatever. Phalanx from
That
Kimco.
Tells me
Nothing. Does it?
Nothing.
Old dude sitting in a chair playing a banjo.
Sure.
He looks even confused that he's being taken picture for.
Now, what's this photo for?
Yeah. Why are you taking? Don't take my soul out of the picture box. I don't know what I'm doing. The May 25th is the release. It is a PS4 exclusive. This is done by Quantic Dream. The last game they released
David Cage.
Yeah, the last game they released was Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't a fan of.
Still didn't play
Yeah,
it.
a lot of folks when they talked about Detroit Being Human. They said I was hyped about this until David Cage.
Really?
Yeah, they were hyped about that. And I don't know why. I mean, I didn't have a problem with Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain's one of my favorites.
No. Heavy Rain, I think, I don't know necessarily that Heavy Rain
was interesting.
I don't know that it hit all the marks, but it did do. Look, if we can get almost an hour discussion out of a game after we've played it and still be able to talk about it afterwards because of all the differences that we all experienced.
Yeah, we all did different choices
in playing that
game.
game. And by the way, we didn't all hook up with each other and say, which way are you going on yours? I'm going to go different.
No,
we just all picked our own thing.
Yeah.
Some of us went the same way, some of us didn't.
Yeah.
And we still got a great discussion out of it. The gameplay sessions that I've seen from Become Human show a lot of different choices to take during different scenarios. I don't necessarily know that those choices are going to make much difference towards the end. As we all know, a lot of games that allow for choice doesn't necessarily
Telltale
mean...
games.
Right. You're still going to end up at the same ending that everybody else gets, making either choice A or choice B, regardless of how you got there.
Yeah, a bunch of different routes going to the same spot regardless.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Whereas Heavy Rain didn't have that aspect. Heavy Rain had some nice variations of what the ending was going to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys watched the gameplay session from... Where was it? Was it Gamescom? Or what was it? Or was it even E3 maybe? I can't remember. Somebody did a gameplay session of a certain scene in Detroit Become Human. Maybe it was... PlayStation Experience in December.
Was it where the
was the abusive
dad?
father?
Yeah, the abusive dad and the. Because I think that was in
That's
like
the videos
that was
I've been
like an
seeing
interactive
lately.
trailer or like one of the trailers they had.
No, they did one on stage, and I want to say it was the PlayStation Experience.
Was it the guy holding the hostage about the edge of a building?
Yeah, it was the one he did the investigation. The android went in to do the investigation, and you had to find different clues and things and figure out, and then you had to go out and take down the hostage who had the little girl.
Yeah.
Because he was either going to jump off, shoot her in the head, or whatever he was going to do. And so there was a bunch of different ways you could go about that. Mm-hmm. And so just watching that gameplay session tells me there's probably going to be a lot of branching paths. Maybe. Again, I don't know if we're going to come to the same conclusion at the end of the game. We'll see. But that comes out on May the 25th.
I'm trying to think of another game that had the choice thing, Until Dawn. It was another game like that had all those choices. I'm trying to think, was there multiple...
Yeah, that was a QTE thing, but it had a lot of... Which is exactly what this looks like as well. The
only real impact is really the who lives and dies at the end, really. No real...
On Until Dawn?
I still need to finish that. I started it.
Yeah.
But don't you lose characters as you go if they die?
Like I'm saying, who lives and who dies is the only thing that's really affected in that game. I mean, you could lose everybody or just... lose everybody or save everyone at the end.
Yeah.
The thing is, you just got to make the perfect choices at the right time.
AC Wraith says, I enjoyed a stream of Beyond Two Souls. Granted, I would have chosen a different ending for the player. See, that's the thing, AC Wraith. Beyond Two Souls literally gave you two options at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You could go one way or the other way. And they understood that was what it was, because once you got done going one way, they're like, hey, would you like to choose it again? And you would get reset back to where it was, and you could pick the other ending and see how that played out as well.
Really didn't get into that one.
I didn't either.
I liked Heavy Rain, but when I played Beyond Two Souls, I really didn't get the feel that I got out of Heavy Rain for that one. I really didn't. So it was like with you with Wolfenstein, one time, one and done. I'm not touching this again.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So
Lethal Migraine never touched it at all.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, he got it for free with gold, but
and he still never touched it. So
I'm like that with Tomb Raider. I've got the remade Tomb Raider on.
Oh, but that was good.
360, and I never touched it.
That was a good game. I enjoyed that one.
That one was really good.
Brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was one of the highlights I always heard about it.
Although it makes me
the way Laura dies in that
movie.
game.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take another break because we're getting to that point. And when we come back, we'll have the last segment of the show, I guess. If you want to get in, call in. You're more than welcome to 334-272-9228. We're going into break here. This is music from... I don't think I've ever played... I've played music from a different variation of this game, but I don't think I ever played it from the Sands of Time game. This is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. It's called Introducing the Prince, and we'll be back with more in-game chat after this.
That was a good game.
And welcome back to In-Game Chat. I'm Scott along with Sarah, RJ, and Matt. RJ, any idea what this track is?
Mortal Kombat.
It is! Congratulations. What stage?
The Pit.
The Pit, it is! Congratulations, you did it again.
You win nothing.
You did.
I remember that section of the song.
Yeah.
That's when you failed and got sent to the bottom of the pit. And we all know what's waiting for you at the bottom.
That's it.
Reptile?
Under the right circumstances, yep.
So is anybody? I'm curious if anybody in the chat room has recognized the theme of the songs that we've played. So hopefully we'll see what kind of response we get from them and see if they've recognized what the running theme.
Rampage, Wing Commander, Mortal Kombat.
Remember, I asked for the chat room.
I'm just saying. I'm just reminding what they were.
What was the first song that we played?
What games?
It was WoW. Yeah, it was WoW.
World of Warcraft.
I couldn't remember.
I got.
See, I'm just trying to remember what games they were.
Huh?
I got a guess, but I'm not going to do it.
I think you've got a good guess there. You probably got a better guess. We still have one more song to play, one more track to play. I'm not saying that'll give it away, but it'll probably give it away. Bethesda's picked out their E3 2018 showcase time to be on Sunday, June the 5th, 10th? Yeah, June the 10th, 6:30 p.m., which puts it as 8:30 p.m. for us. Again, doing the late night thing. I think it was 9 o'clock last year. Started at 9, so at least this will be a little bit better. But we'll see what they've got. We'll see what they've got to reveal for their E3. I mean, it's only March, and it's only the beginning of March, so we've still got a ways to go before we get to E3 and go through all that again and go through that cringe of disappointment. Well, there's a lot of cringe that comes. EA's was a lot of cringe, a lot of cringe out of EA's, and they got to do better about that. They really have to do better.
Are they trying any more at E3?
For who? Which one? EA? Or any of them?
Anybody who comes to E3.
Sony's been doing fantastic.
Okay.
Sony has been doing fantastic in where they just let the games play, and they don't do any sort of, let me tell you some stats. Man, it used to be, you can go back a little bit. It used to be where they come out on stage and say, here's our production numbers. Nintendo did this a lot too. Here's our numbers for all the suits in the audience. Now here's all the games we've got coming out. Used to do all that. They have gotten rid of all of that stuff. They come out now, and Microsoft has to get better about, for whatever reason, Microsoft thinks celebrities and cars and other live-action presentations
bands
mean anything to people either watching at home or even watching in the audience, because it doesn't. Right. They think dropping some car that's being revealed. They think spending money on a reveal of a car that you'll never actually own. They've done this twice now, where they've shown off this super fancy sports car that costs massive amounts of money, that they have spent money on to say, let us get the first reveal of this car, as if that's a big deal for them. That might get them some notes in like some car magazines, but it's not selling any games. The reveal of a car for a Forza 7 or the new Forza game does not sell any games. It doesn't. The game itself will sell itself because it's Forza. It's the 7th in a series. It's going to sell. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fine. If you're going to release something brand new, a new franchise, and you reveal a car, it's still not going to sell any games. But that game, again, is going to have to work on its own to build its audience. And it's not going to be the reveal of some new sports car that nobody's going to buy. Like if they revealed maybe a new, I don't know, a new SUV that is actually something somebody might buy, or a new, I drive a Challenger, a new Challenger, or a new Camaro,
Prius.
Or a new Corvette. I don't even know. That'd be funny.
I think a smart car would be better.
But something that is like within reach, maybe, of some people actually watching it.
Honda Civic.
Exactly. The new Accord. Everybody's got one already. Why not you? Actually, it'll be the new '89 Accord. Everybody's got one already. Why not you?
I miss my Accord. It was a hybrid.
What year was it? Probably '97.
No, it was the hybrid. So
So hybrid would have been 2005?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they only did it for 1 year.
Then they wised up.
It was too much car for what the market they were trying to do. It was the first of the luxury hybrids, but everybody else was waiting a few more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Microsoft does this time and time again, or they'll have celebrities come out and pitch a game, or they'll do some sort of, I don't know, it's just annoying. Just show off the game and shut up.
The celebrities come out, and what's the general response like? Why are you here? Isn't it?
I remember that one time they had Usher come out to promote Just Dance, and it was just ridiculous. Is exactly what that was. Ubisoft, whatever. They did fine this past time. They did fine. I don't think they had what's her name? I've forgotten her name. Who was the host of that thing?
Aisha Taylor?
Yeah, I was like, it starts with an A. Ashley, Angela, Alexa. Yeah, I couldn't remember her name, but yeah, they didn't use her this time. I don't think this past one they didn't have her on it. But it was still, it's always the lineup that makes the presentation, and the lineup of games. I don't mean the lineup of celebrities that you come out. I don't mean the lineup of speeches that you're going to give about what you're doing. It's about the games that you've got to show off, and that's what people come away with, unless you screw it up so bad like EA did, and you come away talking about how horrible, cringeworthy it all was.
Yeah.
EA has done 2 presentations now where the most memorable thing in the first one with Snoop Dogg smoking a joint while playing one of the Battlefield 1, and they had him on camera playing this game, and he was horrible at it. And then the second one was the YouTuber guy not knowing what he was talking about for Need for Speed. Those are the most memorable things that have come out of EA's, not the games. Actually, the most memorable things, if you look at the games, are how bad the games turned out to be. Need for Speed was a dud. Battlefront 2, not a dud, but not as well received as the first one.
I got into a fight about that game this morning.
Well,
really?
So yeah, I'm a little on the. Part of me wishes I could be like, let me do yours. Show me the games that you've got. Just don't do a presentation this year because your lineup sucks. Tell you what, lease out your games to some of these other big companies that are going to publish it on their systems and let them do the presentations. You guys sit out a year, let somebody else take that stuff over with instead of you for some of these people. For some of the game publishers, anyway. Let's go to the phones real quick. I don't know who this is. We did not screen. So, hey, you're on In-Game Chat. Who's this?
Hey, it's just me, Leonard. How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Talking about celebrities and showcasing games. I still think the greatest one will always be The Rock and Bill Gates.
Well, okay. I remember that one specifically for one particular reason. That was the year they announced that EA games were going to be a part of Xbox Live. Yeah. So that's the reason I remember that one.
Only reason why I remember is The Rock telling Bill Gates it doesn't matter and then apologizing right afterwards.
Yeah, he was still in wrestle mode at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was still in wrestling mode and all that stuff. He was still that young face, having the belt and all that stuff.
I don't remember that.
If I remember right, Bill Gates looked like he was about to soil himself when he said that, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He looked scared. He had that fear in his face and all that stuff.
This goes back to 2005 or 2006, maybe?
Bet it's on YouTube somewhere.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. That's where I last saw it and all that stuff.
No, I remember that being the year that they announced that Xbox Live was going to get EA games, and I was happy about that because EA had just bought the rights to Burnout, and Burnout 3 Takedown was the first EA game, and it was going to have online mode. And I was really worried because I was like, how are they going to have online mode? Xbox Live does not do EA games. And then they announced at this presentation that EA games are coming to Xbox Live. And I was like, yes, this is great. I get to play Burnout 3 Takedown online with on Xbox Live. So it's fantastic.
That's a classic good game anyway. But, hey, as always, bro, you keep up the good work. You guys do an excellent job. Appreciate you guys. Okay?
Thanks, man. Take care.
You're
welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very, very specific. You weren't here last week when we talked about the re-release, the remaster of Burnout Paradise coming out.
No.
Yeah.
But yes, excited.
Very excited.
Because all the cars.
I'll be buying it twice.
Now, will Big Surf be in it?
Big Surf will be in it, yeah.
We'll buy it twice. What, on PC and?
I'll get it on PC and console. I might buy it 3 times if I play it on Xbox Live or Xbox One. I mean, I have no problem buying it 3 times.
I don't know which way I'd go with it because I have the Ultimate whatever Burnout on PC,
but that doesn't come with Big Sur Island,
and it also didn't come with the movie cars.
Yeah, you'll get everything on this one, and the PC version will be released later though.
Then I'll probably get it on PS4
and then pick it up on PC later. Yeah,
maybe.
See, that's where I'll fall in line with that whole situation. So. Speaking of, and it's not really remasters, but I got an email. Is it Thursday night? It was either Wednesday or Thursday night. I think it was Thursday night I got an email. And it was from, I think I can read it to you right here. I don't know why I'm looking at my phone when I've got my emails right here on my thing. Probably because I want to find it. Here it is. Greetings, Game Press. Ha ha, I laugh. That they consider me Game Press. This comes from Martine Paris, who sadly was leaving her PR duties, but was passing it over to the next person, but wanted to say, hey, thanks for doing all this. Appreciate it. I'm going somewhere else. If you need to reach me, here's all my connections. By the way, before I go, let me tell you that we've announced a new game. Here's how it started. Greetings, Game Press. I am writing to thank you for all your amazing coverage of the Myst franchise the past 2 years and to share some news. We've enjoyed an incredible ride together, taking Abduction from Kickstarter to Game of the Year to release across PC, Mac, PS4, and all VR platforms. And in that time, we've also introduced Myst and Riven to a whole new generation of players on mobile. The hundreds of rave reviews, interviews, features, live streams, analysis, awards, and accolades that you provided made it possible to get word out about our little indie game to millions of fans worldwide who may not have heard about it otherwise, and for that, we're extremely grateful. And I really thought this is where we were coming, because then she goes into, for me personally, it's been a tremendous thrill working with legendary Myst creator Rand Miller, the dev team, the millions of fans and celebrities who enthusiastically support Cyan's creative endeavors, and wonderful partners like, and then goes into all these other things. I mean, it sounds like I'm leaving the company. And this says, and now, as the studio announces its thrilling steampunk adventure Firmament, I will be passing the PR baton to my colleague as I pursue my dream to become a published writer. If you'd like to stay in touch, I can be reached at blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, what? New? What is this? And there's a link, and I clicked it, and I watched the trailer. What? And as I was watching the trailer, big old grin started popping up on my face. It was fantastic. This is how I get giddy whenever my favorite publishers announce something new, especially when it stays within their wheelhouse of what they do. And everything about this screamed Cyan. Watching it screamed Myst, it screamed Abduction, it screamed Riven, it screamed all those games as I was watching it. I just didn't know anything about it. So seeing it pop up there, and I was like, this is fantastic. I can't wait to find out more. But they've announced a new game. It's called Firmament. There is a trailer, and let me open this back up. I'll post the trailer into our...
So I started watching a little bit of the trailer, but I didn't get to finish it, and I didn't get a grasp of what it was.
You're not going to get much of a grasp of what it is. It's just it's
announcement trailer.
It's just an announcement trailer. It doesn't give you much info about it. I'm posting it here into the chat room right now. And yeah, so I am extremely excited about it. From Cyan, the new studio comes a new steampunk adventure. The game of Firmament is a resplendent magical journey, a monumental voyage through 4 diverse and curious realms, working in concert with an ever-present clockwork companion and the support and instruction of a long-dead ethereal mentor.
Oh, that was funny.
Everything is not as it seems. So we'll see how this pans out and see how this works out. I am very, very interested in it. I love what they've done in the past. I need to reach out to them, see if we can get them back on the show to talk about this. I haven't read anything about, though. I mean, they did Kickstarter for Abduction, and I really don't think that generated any kind of funds for them to keep going with this thing beyond the trailer that they've made. So I'm curious as to how they're going to get money to do this, where they're looking. If they picked up a publisher, which is fantastic if they did, or if they're going to run another campaign, another Kickstarter or something to raise money for it. I'm very interested, especially if I can get some more stuff inside the game. I will do it, and I will do another trip to Seattle and then go over to Spokane and get another little tour of the. I love these people. I love them, and I love the games that they've made. I grew up on their games. Their games shaped me as a gamer to define what it was that I loved and what it is that my passion in the types of games that I enjoy. Was formed and molded and developed by Cyan Studios and their Myst franchise.
I guess like how I have like LucasArts and Sierra.
Yeah. Your LucasArts passion, exactly.
Yeah.
It comes from that same
That's what,
thing.
Yeah, just growing up, playing those things over and over and over again.
Yeah, so I'm very, very interested in how that plays out and what goes on there. So... thank you for the word of the day, RJ. I appreciate that little rub. Yep. Well, this was interesting about Tryon Worlds. First off, I thought Tryon Worlds was out of business. I had no idea that they were still doing things, but there was a game that came out years ago, and it was called Defiance.
Yes.
This was pre-Destiny.
That was the tie-in with the TV show.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
This was pre-Destiny, but it worked a lot like how Destiny works now. We were all out in this open world area. Like me and James would play together and do these missions. Mm-hmm. But when we weren't doing specific missions together, we were in an open world, an overworld type thing, and we were riding around. And sometimes events would happen while we're in the middle of this that everybody would join up and go and take down and then grab our loot. And then when Destiny announced and they started talking about Destiny, me and James were like, "You do that in Defiance. It's kind of like what Defiance does." And that's exactly what it seems that it's turned out to be. So they're apparently doing, they're remastering Defiance. They're not going to worry with the TV show. It's going to be a remaster of the original MMO that launched back in 2013.
I played that a little bit and had fun.
It'll launch this summer on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So,
but they're moving the timeline up some, right?
Are they? Yeah.
I think it's going to be like 15 years or so forward from where it had been.
The premise was that in-game events would be updated after each episode. While the TV was pitched, it's unclear. While the in-game story has been advanced from the year 2046 to the titular 2050.
Okay.
Tryon Worlds has made it clear this is not a sequel, but a remaster. It will be based. Look, more than likely, they obviously recognize that Destiny did exactly what we're doing. And let's see if we can pull in some of that Destiny money by doing what's going to be fun is that they're going to reveal this. People are going to look at it and be like, yeah, but that's what Destiny does. Be like, no, sir. No, you have it backwards. This is... Defiance is the Necco wafers of... Was it Necco? They did the one that preceded Oreo. Cookies?
I know what you're talking about, but I forget what
they're like the Necco sandwich cookies. They're the low rent Oreos. But they were first. No, it wasn't Necco. It was Hydrox.
Hydrox, yeah.
Yeah, right. It was Hydrox. Yeah.
Every time you do that, my camera bounces.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get excited.
You do.
Yeah, Necco wafers is something else completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Those were vanilla sandwich cookies or something.
The White Castle to Crystal.
I don't know. I've never had White Castle.
Go north.
So I can't tell you if that's
or west. Really, any direction but us.
Yeah, I can't tell you, but I would say it's the Defiance is the Hydrox to Destiny's Oreo. Put it that way. Are we done yet?
Scott.
I'm just trying to find a way out. No. So to recap today's show, for those of you who didn't show up for the first segment.
Really?
I'm still sort of giving Matt some crap about it, even though it's not his fault.
No.
It's his job.
I had to work.
It's his job.
I was lucky to get out. They wanted me to work even longer than
Yeah, before we play the last song, what was your guess for the theme? Because nobody threw anything in the chat room.
I was thinking conflict.
Huh?
Conflict.
Conflict?
Yeah.
Okay. So we played World of Warcraft, Wing Commander, Rampage, Blood Rain. What was another one that we did? What did we just play?
Prince of Persia.
Mortal Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat. And we've still got one more to go. Go ahead and throw it out there because the
I
chat
have no
room
idea
is
because I mean,
last week I did a running theme, but it was even worse because it was just the style of music that was being played.
Okay.
It was all very synth-ish type of thing.
Does this have like a theme, like video game theme, like? Because all right, I want to think
Drunk
of
DeGeneres is guessing blood. That is not it. Yeah.
I mean, because Rampage and Wing Commander have animals as protagonists or antagonists, depending on which way you're going. Same, I guess, in
Not
a way.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, Reptile.
No, this is just alien species, not exactly.
Wing Commander
animal.
has animals in it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because I remember the
Kilrathi.
box art has the little tiger face or whatever.
Yeah, Kilrathi. But I mean, they're also. But then you went into Prince of Persia, and I'm like, the Sands of Time dealt with time.
I thought it was going to be easy. I really
Manipulation.
thought it was going to be easy, but apparently, Sarah, you got anything? Got nothing? No running theme. All right. I think you guys are looking too deep into it.
Okay. Chris Roberts did.
Well, the next track that we're going to play is from the very first
Midway
Tomb Raider game called Hall of Thor, and that's what we're going to play when we go out. But the running theme with all of these, Wing Commander,
Hall,
Rampage,
No.
The first one was Warcraft. These are all games that were made into movies.
Oh.
Okay.
Rampage comes out this month,
Yes,
I think.
With The Rock.
See, we
Yes.
tried to forget that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I didn't use Doom.
I try to forget the Wing Commander movie.
I know, but Wing Commander had one, Prince of Persia had one, Mortal Kombat had
I
one.
try to forget that.
Tomb Raider has had multiple and has
try
a
to
new one
forget
coming out
those.
this month.
Yes, they do.
And what was another one? Blood Rain had a movie.
Oh, really try and
Yes,
forget
it
that
did.
one.
When I looked these up, I realized that Tekken had a movie. I was going to use
Yes.
Street Fighter, but I didn't, because that had a movie.
No, don't you?
Oh my god.
Yes, it did. It had a
Street
movie.
Fighter was
We
so
saw it.
good.
It had a bad one, then they made a worse one.
There was also Double Dragon that I could
There
have
was.
used, because there was a movie based on that.
With the Alyssa Milano. That
There was House of the
terrible.
Dead.
Oh, that was terrible. Postal.
Postal, I saw that in there, but I didn't grab any
That was terrible.
music for it.
You could have
So,
thrown Super Mario Brothers in there with it as well.
well,
Also terrible.
I could have done that also. I've used Super Mario Brothers a lot. And originally I was thinking, should I get music from these movies? But I really couldn't do that because they either wouldn't be recognizable or I could say,
Yeah. Lethal said Hitman.
yeah, I could have gone with
You
Hitman.
could
There was a
even
lot.
have used Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Those were terrible.
That's a question for the
There
chat
was,
room.
what was the name of that movie? Something the King. Oh, God. I can't, it was Yui Bowl again.
I try and forget all of his.
But it was a Dungeon Siege.
yeah, Dungeon Siege.
Yeah, it was a Dungeon
Yeah.
Siege movie. Something of the King. I can't remember what it was called.
There was some for the chat room. The best or worst, the best and
We
worst.
do not
video
have
game
that kind of
movies.
time. We do not have that kind
Not
of time.
this show. Next time.
Yeah, we've got to run, though. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat room, as well as everybody who is listening on the stream and on the radio as well. Thanks to everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes or however you get our show for later use. We do appreciate that. Go to ingamechat.net. Join us on Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to our Twitch channel that you're watching right now. If you're on Steam, we've got a Steam group there. If you want to join our squad in Monster Hunter, good luck. Spigot's in charge of that, and it's just going to be tough to do.
Spigotson.
Spigotson is his name on PS4. Send him a message there and work out a time when you guys can be on and he can get you into the group. It's really kind of annoying that it works out that way, but that's how it works out. We're on Xbox One. We're all over the place. We got a Discord and everything else. So you can join up there and play games with us and other listeners. I want to thank everybody who joined. We'll do another music theme, whatever, for next week and see if you can figure that one out. But have a great one. Sarah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For driving all the way down.
Yes.
We're going to see you again very soon because we're going to figure out what we're going to do about this D&D play session.
Yes.
This 2-hour D&D on-air live play session will be interesting. So you guys have a great one. Again, I told you we were going to go out here with Tomb Raider. It's called The Hall of Thor.
Ace Attorney had a movie.
It did, and I didn't pick any music from it, but I saw that
Sorry.
it did.
Just remember that.
Yeah, I know. Out of nowhere. Random thoughts from Matt.
They're all random thoughts.
They really are. Anyway, have a great week. We will see you guys next Saturday. Like I said, here's music from Tomb Raider, Hall of Thor, which always sounds like I have a lisp. Anytime I say Thor.
Oh, God.
Thor.
Anytime at all, I say Thor.
I just remember
Did it hit your
Pixels.
thumb? It's rather Thor.
Pixels, it wasn't based on a game, though.
a bunch of games we
because I was thinking about Ready Player One as well.
Battleship.
You know, Battleship. Dude,
Wreck-It Ralph.
Battleship doesn't have a video game though. That I could have pulled. Where do you
There's
pull music from Battleship?
There's an electronic version to Battleship.
Yeah, they do. Battleship is on was on a PlayStation Store.
Same with Risk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great one, everyone. We'll see you. Apparently, I missed a bunch of marks, but we'll see you next Saturday.
That one with Rihanna. Oh, yes.